Can I come in, sir?
आइए बेटी आइए.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
बैठो बेटा.
Thank you, sir.
मिस अरोरा, और आपकी पहली प्रेफरेंस है भारतीय विदेश सेवा.
Yes, sir.
What do you think of S. Jaishankar? On a scale of 1 to 10, where would you rate him?
I think there is no linear scale that you can rate a diplomat on.
You can't. We do it in the service all the time when we have to promote people.
While that is true, sir, I think there are certain parameters.
What do you think of him as a foreign minister?
Sir, I think he's doing really well in terms of promoting India, whether it comes to public diplomacy or financial proliferation, etc. So I
Financial?
think proliferation of India's interests. So in terms of economic diplomacy, taking India's investment.
Why do you want to join the foreign service?
So there are a few of reasons. The first one being I've been an avid debater across my school and college life. So the communication skill set that I come with.
In the foreign service, we don't debate. Go ahead. I belong to the foreign service.
Yes,
Class
sir.
of 1973, before your father was born. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. So whilst we don't debate, I think that blesses you with a communication skill set, whilst also having the ability to think on your
ये तो
feet.
सब है. Why do you want to join? एक skill set बनाने के लिए.
Yes, sir. To bring the skill set and to further pursue my interest in international diplomacy and international relations.
What is wrong with our world?
So things can be wrong in a lot of views, but there are also things of I would call
All right,
them
I make you the
improvement
emperor of the
parameters.
world for one day. What are the first 3 issues you'll address? I give you absolute power.
I think the first one would be poverty, sir. The second one would be ensuring a shared prosperity insofar as the climate change crisis is concerned. And the third one would be global governance structures, perhaps, to ensure that.
How do you remove poverty globally?
Sir, I'll take an economist's point of view since I come.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Over to you, sir.
Zinnia. Is it the correct pronunciation?
So, Zinnia.
Zinnia. Okay, Zinnia, I can see that you studied from Sanskriti, then you went to St. Stephen's, right? And I can see that the privileges written all over your DAF. Aren't you too privileged to get into civil service?
So whilst that is a reasonable assumption to make, I think those privileged institutions have guided me very well in ensuring that I am connected to the ground that I belong to. Secondly, sir, I have also ensured that throughout my career in college as well as during school, I was always giving back to the community, which has indeed blessed me with invariable luxuries. So, for example, sir, my work at my own organization that I co-founded, which is PSEX, across Haryana, we have worked with a lot of schools, with a lot of children at the front line. Apart from that, sir, I've been involved in a lot of social entrepreneurship programs within the college itself and outside. I've been trying my level best to give back, and I think the ethos of being publicly oriented does not segregate you when you go to institutions like this. Rather,
let's talk about these institutions for a while. Both the institutions, the Sanskriti and the Stephens, though they draw a lot from the public expenditure, right? They are effectively both of them are public funded institutions. Sanskriti in terms of the resources they got, and Stephens for everything they're getting. Do you believe that as a public funded institution, they have not opened their gate to the marginalized and underprivileged the way they should have? Sanskriti very rarely get students from underprivileged. Whenever they have to do, they end up getting their own staff's class 4 employees. I mean, their children admitted, and that's it. And Stephens is now as an institution which is under fire for a variety of reasons for not being inclusive enough. Do you believe that these institutions failed in adapting to the changing realities?
So starting from Sanskriti school itself, insofar as the underprivileged go, there is a set quota that is set around 10%.
And they end up giving the class 4 employees children their own or otherwise other bureaucrats.
So my personal experience reflects very differently. The EWS quota that is accorded to 10% of the children is definitely given only to the underprivileged. There are separate quotas for the staff members. Sir, and insofar as St. Stephen's goes, I would vehemently disagree with you on that. That diversity that the institution has provided me with, insofar as the populace goes,
why
from
is it
south
so that
to
they're
north.
not giving reservation to SC, STs and OBCs? What is the legal reason why they are able to do away with the reservation for these sections?
So St. Stephen's is a minorities institution,
Right.
and owing to that, there are certain parameters that, like the other institutions, it does not have to follow.
Recently, in the AMU case, the public funding and the minority institutions was in news.
Yes.
What exactly is the status now?
Sir, the Supreme Court heard the plea on Aligarh Muslim University being declared a minority institution. I'm unable to recall the exact tenets that were given by the Supreme Court, sir. I will have to.
You
brush
mentioned
my
that you
memory
like
on that.
trekking.
Yes, sir.
If you're a solo women trekker, what are the 5 important articles that will be there, or objects that will be there in your backpack, which are not necessary for a solo male trekker?
So that has been a very crucial point every time I start packing for going on a trek. The very first one would be a pepper spray that I always keep with me. The second one is the boots that I buy always have knuckles at the end. So those are specialized boots that are mostly created for women to ensure that if things go the wrong way, insofar as safety goes, those really help you out. The third would be certain personal belongings that you have to keep with you to ensure that you're able to go through the normal processes of nature. And the fourth one would be sanitation related, because whilst access to basic amenities like toiletries and washrooms in itself is very easy for males, that is not the case for females, especially when it comes to treks. So those infrastructural deficiencies create the fifth part.
Fine, thank you. So,
Taking forward from what Sir was asking about your trekking experience, do you think that this rising culture of trekking and more people going on treks, is it a responsible tourism?
So I think the key here is the golden mean, which is ecotourism. Most treks that I've been on, definitely I look into whether they're branded and certified in terms of whether there are proper disposal systems, whether the treks are invading into the community spaces wherever the treks are taking place. So those are very important metrics to keep in mind. However, there are instances where pollution in terms of garbage disposal, as I mentioned, solid waste disposal, having ODF facilities, etc., those are not ensured. So those are things that are being worked on, and I think it definitely depends on the individual himself or herself who's taking up the trek to be aware of them.
You brought the